The hierarchical chain of command is a common solution to a very old problem, and that is, a single leader can only interact directly with so many subordinates. Moses ran headlong into this reality in Exodus chapter 18 when he tried to personally arbitrate all of the conflicts of all of the Israelites. When his father-in-law Jethro saw this, he said, "What you are doing is not good. You and these people who come to you will only wear yourselves out. The work is too heavy for you. You cannot handle it alone." Then he instructed Moses in how to create a hierarchy to solve his problem. Select capable men and appoint them as officials over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. Have them serve as judges for the people at all times, but have them bring every difficult case to you. Basically, what Jethro suggested was similar to the court system we use today, with the lowest officials acting as small claims court and Moses acting as the Supreme Court. So we know it was a sound idea. But why did Jethro have such a clear understanding of hierarchy, while the idea never even occurred to Moses? Perhaps it was because Jethro was a priest of Midian, a nation described in the Old Testament as a great military power that would later oppress God's people, much like the Romans did throughout the New Testament. Perhaps a coordinated military force such as Midian employed a military hierarchy, so this idea was only second nature to Jethro. Of course, Jesus also understood the limitations of a single person trying to lead a large number of people, which is why he didn't want to linger with his disciples in his mortal form. Because he is risen and therefore omnipresent now, he has no need to work through an inferior man-made system such as a chain of command. Christ can interact directly with every believer at all times. This is why Paul described the church as a body where each member has its own direct connection to the head, which is Christ. In fact, the church was intended to be the fulfillment of the Old Testament prophecy, "I will be their God, and they will be my people." No longer will a man teach his neighbor or a man his brother, saying, "Know the Lord," because they will all know me, from the least of them to the greatest, declares the Lord. This is why John wrote, "As for you, the anointing you received from him remains in you, and you do not need anyone to teach you." However, hierarchy doesn't just compensate for the limitations of leadership, it creates a separation from leadership as well. And as much as Christ desires a one-on-one connection with each of us, it has always been the inclination of fallen man to run from any kind of direct relationship with God. The first thing Adam did after the fall was hide. Whenever Moses came back from talking with God, he had to cover the radiance of his face with a veil. And as we discussed earlier, even though God wanted to be Israel's king, they installed a lesser, man-made kingship between themselves and their God, rather than follow him directly. Could there be a lesson in this that might explain today's hierarchical church models? Is there something inherent in us that wants to place men on platforms to mediate between us and our God? If so, then we are actually diminishing Christ's sacrifice, which not only allows us direct access to God, but according to the book of Hebrews, allows us to approach him boldly. Perhaps this is why Christ had such a completely different perspective than Jethro. When discussing the exact same problem Moses had, Jesus suggested a radically different solution than implementing a hierarchy. But we can talk about that in the next video. If you like this video, please check out the rest of my blog at churchanarchist.com. There you'll find other videos, cartoons, blog posts, and a lot more. Or if you prefer to simply watch my videos on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching.